Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the official Bianca Media. Did you see the name change? I hope you like it. I just felt I had to be like a little more professional, you know, beef it up some. So I hope you like the name change. I changed my Instagram, everything. So if you're following me there, you now have noticed the name change. But I'm at my parents' house and today I was gonna do a vlog, but it's the last day of May, right? It's the 30th. There's not 31 days in May, right? Eek. But all month long, it's been Lupus Awareness Month. And I've shared with you all that I was diagnosed with lupus in 2009. So I thought I would kind of like just informally tell you all my lupus story and share that with you all. So let me get my tripod and I'll be right back and we'll just kind of go through it. I think this is just gonna be part one because there's just so much. Those who are living with lupus, you know that, I mean, it's not just you're diagnosed and everything's perfect. It's a refrigerator. Thing is loud. I don't know if we can do the talk here, but anyways, so I'm gonna go get my tripod and I'll be right back and we'll just get into it. So this will be part one, kind of like my diagnosed and how I was diagnosed rather, and how that all came about, and then we'll go into a part 2 and 3 on how I maintain it and how I try to stay healthy and all that jazz. So I hope this is helpful. Again, it's Lupus Awareness Month. It's ending May, but this video is gonna go up today, and I think I should have just gotten on the good foot a little bit earlier, but better late than never. All right, so be right back. All right, hey y'all, so I'm back. I'm all set up, I'm comfortable now. I had to kind of get situated and everything. If you're here watching this video, you probably already know what lupus is, but if you were just like, oh, like I want to figure out what it is and learn about it, or if you have someone that has expressed that they have it, lupus is an autoimmune disease. So think about the word auto. It's self, like it's automatic. And then immune, your immune system, the system that keeps you healthy. So it's like your body attacking itself. It confuses healthy organs and starts attacking them. And it affects people differently. Some people, they end up having issues with brain function. For some people, it's rashes on the skin. For some people, it's their kidneys. It could be just a wide range of different manifestations of what lupus is in different people. Everybody has different symptoms, you know, and no one person is going to be the same. For me, it was aching bones and joints. Then it went to swelling of the feet. But for somebody else, it may be the butterfly rash, which is really popular. It may be foggy brain sometimes, or even seizures. I mean, you just never know what it could be, ranging from person to person. So my particular story is going to be very unique to me and kind of what I went through. For some other person on YouTube, you'll hear their story and you'll be like, oh wow, here are some similarities, here are some differences. So I have been diagnosed with lupus nephritis. Lupus nephritis is where, you know, it's affecting and impacting your kidneys. Popular celebrities that have it, there is Nick Cannon. I believe he has lupus nephritis also. Selena Gomez, she had to have a kidney replacement. That's been all over the news. And also last year at my station, I was able to do a story and share a story of a young woman and who was impacted with lupus, and her story and how, you know, it just really changed her life, which it does for every single person. So here's my story. It was 2008, I graduated. I was then in the fall interning at a big PR firm in Washington, DC. I was interning, I was working out. So I had a very, very busy schedule, but nothing abnormal. Like for me to have an internship and a job and to be working out and to have fun and partying with my friends, like that wasn't, the schedule wasn't something I wasn't used to. I mean, it was something that I was pretty used to, even taking classes. Like that's what I did during the school year. So I was always a pretty busy and active person. So I was living with some friends in this big house. It was like the real world house, y'all. This house was like, it was 6 of us girls in there. Was it 6 of us? 4, yes, 6 of us, right? 3 had finished, we were all kind of working, and then 3 were still finishing their degree that year. So, you know, we were all in and out, and I was working, interning, busy, and a friend of mine, we were going to the gym together. So I thought, oh, all of a sudden, like I woke up one day and I had a crick in my neck. You know how you get like a crick in your neck? You're like, ah, my neck hurts. Maybe I slept wrong, or maybe I pulled something at the gym. This is the December time frame. So I said, well, let me take a break from being at the gym. Let me just like stretch it out. Let me take an Epsom salt bath. If you're an athlete or a dancer, you know that, okay, let me loosen my joints. I'm thinking it's something I did in the gym. It's now 2009, January, February. I take on a new internship, and that's around the time I was applying to Teach for America. So I was pretty stressed out. I was like, okay, I'm taking on another internship. I really want to land a job. And this is, of course, if you graduated during that time, I mean, our economy took a big hit. So a lot of communications jobs were the first to be cut. And the communications departments, like that's where they make major cuts. So I was really stressed out, but you know, I was kind of hoping and applying to different stuff and trying to figure things out. And again, I was still aching within my neck area, but I would push through it. So at my internship, I was really cold all the time. I was like, well, I mean, I think that's normal. I mean, I guess it was kind of, I didn't think anything of it because by springtime, I was still feeling really cold all the time. Aches in my neck. So I asked two of my roommates, I said, hey, let me try sleeping on your bed. I thought it was the bed I was sleeping on because I had this industrial size air mattress because I didn't think I was going to be staying with my friends too much longer. So I'm like, well, I think it's my air mattress. It was like a double lined type air mattress. I think it's this mattress, like let me sleep on a regular mattress. So I stayed in my friend's room for a couple days, still waking up with a crook in my neck. This is now going on 2 months. Then I tried my other friend's room. No, it's not. I'm like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, like, okay, is it this bed comfortable? Is this bed comfortable? And nothing was working. Where I was working at, it was a retail store, and I was buttoning shirts, and all of a sudden my fingers creaked up, like kind of like were stuck. And I was like, well, maybe I'm stressed. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, and I was like, okay, maybe there's just stress in my hand. I was like doing very small movements. So again, I'm like, okay, I'm just really stressed out. And I start trying to like massage my hands. And again, I thought it was something that I was tired, or maybe I was just really stressed out. It was then getting hard for me to get out of bed. I was on the second floor. This was a 3-story house and it had a basement. And I was on the second floor, and I could walk down the stairs, but when I would walk up the stairs, it was like burning. Like it was like my knees, my ankles, like and I was always cold again. And yes, there were hardwood floors in the house, but I had on the heater on full blast in my room. I'm like, what is going on? Like maybe I'm just sick. Maybe it's just the winter time. With my internship, I was helping out with a conference in Baltimore. And at this conference, I'm still having aches and pains. This is, I think, probably around the March time frame. Like this is now March. And again, it's still kind of warming up a little bit outside, still a little cold. I take an Epsom salt bath there. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm sleeping on a good mattress. Maybe I'll, you know, feel a lot better and well rested. The last day of this conference, I could not stand up. My feet felt like they were on fire. And it wasn't like a numbing, you know, when you, let's say your foot falls asleep because you were like leaning on it or something like that. No, it was like a painful, like spiky, like I was walking on glass, and I couldn't even like get up. So they ended up calling the ambulance. The ER, they take me to the ER, and no, they didn't turn on the lights for me. I was kind of irritated. I'm like, if you're gonna charge me $400, I mean, you might. No, they didn't turn on the lights for me. So I get to there, they run every test possible that they can within the ER, and a lady comes to me with the results. She says, you need to see a rheumatologist. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not gonna happen anytime soon because I don't have insurance. And this is before Obamacare, y'all. This is I mean, of course, yes, he had just been elected, but no, we didn't have Obamacare yet. So I was off my parents' insurance. And I was already thinking about this major bill. Like, how am I gonna pay this? This is like $400 or $500, and then being in the hospital, you know, this is now almost $1,000 bill for me. So I get back to DC, and when she said rheumatologist, I knew a friend of mine who I went to school with who had lupus. So I told him, I called him, I said, hey, like, you know, do you think, I mean, this lady's saying like I need to see a rheumatologist. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. Like, I think I'm just tired. I'm just stressed out. Like, I don't really think it's much. So he talked to his doctor, and this doctor reinstated me as a student so that she could see me. And again, I'm still having these same symptoms. It's hurting to get up or walk around too much, walk upstairs, buttons. I'm still, now the buttoning thing with my hands is starting to increase. I thought it was like a once in a while thing. It's starting to almost be weekly that my hand would kind of crinkle up and be stuck. And I would have to be like, count down to, you know, from 10 to just like relax, breathe, to really extend my hand out. So his doctor reinstates me as a student at Howard. I'm not gonna say who the doctor is. I don't know if she's still there, but she looked out and she saw me. She brought me in. She ran some test results, and she says, Bianca, I can't diagnose you, but you need to see a doctor like yesterday. So I'm like, okay, this is now twice. I can't, like, I don't have any way to see a doctor. Like, I don't have insurance. Like, this is crazy. By then, this is now April timeframe. I think I found out, April, May, I found out that I was accepted into Teach for America. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna have a doctor in August when I get hired. So I'll see a doctor then. I started losing a lot of weight. May comes, it's graduation. My internship in DC is ending. I'm about to head off to do Teach for America. I am thin, okay? I'm almost down to like 120, 125, 130 size. That's thin, y'all. I'm 5'8". So I was thin and always tired. I had gotten, this is around graduation, and I got really sick. I thought I had the flu. I was sick. I mean, my friends who came, who were graduating that year, I couldn't see them. I couldn't see them. Well, I couldn't go to any graduation events for my friends that had, you know, one more year, one more semester to finish school. They were going out. They came in. I mean, people's parents were there, and they're like, oh, is Bianca okay? Like, when I tell you this room, I was just sick, sweat. I was breaking out in sweats. I couldn't keep anything down. I was just tired. I just was so depleted of everything. And I'm just thinking, okay, while I am interning, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm just like, I'm busy. Like, man, I just need to get home, rest, you know, see my parents and get rejuvenated. So after I got better, after being sick around graduation time, it was around that time where I was going to be coming back home to, you know, get rejuvenated to go to my Teach for America training. Before that, my family and I, we were all gonna go just see my brother off. He was being deployed through the military. We go up to New Jersey, and even then I was still aching, and I was trying to overcompensate. I didn't want my parents to see me as being sick, and it was really every move. Like, I would get up out of the bed, we were walking, and it would hurt throughout the day. It took me a while to get like warmed up. It was almost like I felt like a tin man, like, oil me up, Scotty. Like, I was like, oil needs oil. And y'all, like, it hurt so bad to just move. I can't even explain the pain and how I even made it through, and how I was thinking all I needed was just some sleep. That's what I was thinking, y'all. I was thinking like, oh, I just need some sleep. I just need a week to just rest. So my family sees me. We're in Jersey. We're seeing my brother off, and I was thin. If I can find a picture of it, I'm at my parents' house now, so I'm gonna try to find a picture of when he was being deployed, and I look immense. Like, I look so skin and bones. You would not even recognize me. My eyes were dark. It was just, I mean, my family probably thought I was on drugs. I'm like, no, I was just really sick. And trying to think I thought I was okay. I was like, oh, I just need sleep. And this was something sleep could not cure. So we get back here to Virginia, and our next door neighbor who lives next to my parents actually worked for a rheumatologist. So she comes over, and my mom shows her my results. She was like, well, you know, show her your results. And she looks at the results, and she says, get her to the doctor now. Get her to the doctor now. And we go see, so my mom's like, all right, okay. Like, she was like, all right, this is insane. So I go see our family doctor the next day. I drop by, see him. Then meanwhile, I was kind of getting ready, packing my stuff again to kind of get ready to go to training, to go to Philadelphia. I get back in the house from after day's errands, getting everything situated, going to go see the doctor. Okay, he ran some results, take my blood, urine, all that kind of stuff, some earwax, booger, well, whatever you do, hair samples, whatever they take. He calls, and I remember he says, hey, Bianca, you know, we just got some results in, and this is the same day. He says, I'm gonna need you to come. I need to admit you to the hospital. I'm like, and after that, it was literally like Charlie Brown waka, 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 waka. I didn't hear anything else he said. And I just was like, wait, hold on, talk to my mom. And I gave my mom the phone. I was like, Mommy, like, you need to talk to Dr. Kaminer. Like, he's saying I need to come to the hospital. Tell him I'm getting ready to go. Like, I don't know how long this is gonna be. I can't go. Like, whatever he's talking, I can't go. So when he first looked at my results, they were thinking it was like leukemia or something like that, just because my white blood cell count was so high. So for me, my white blood cell count was extremely high, which was, hey, this is an overactive system. Like your body is fighting something. And that was the red alert for, you know, them to say, hey, come on in. This is not normal. And so we get to the hospital. And, you know, I was there for 5 days, for almost 5 days. I think the 5th day I was able to leave, but, you know, a full 4 days. And then that 5th day I was able to leave. And it was just so unreal to me. Like, I had never broken a bone. I mean, the only time I'd really been in a hospital was like, I got stitches here. I don't even know if you can see it, but I got stitches when I was in 4th grade. I mean, this was something that I had never experienced, and always felt that I'm a pretty healthy person. Like, this is not nobody in my family. I mean, the most we got is a little diabetes. What black family don't have diabetes in their family? I mean, we had never known anyone to have lupus or any type of autoimmune disease. It was just, this is not normal. So while I was in the hospital, lots of family and friends came by, you know, prayed for me. My family was there. And while I was there, they were, of course, I was getting like replenished with plasma, to help with my blood and everything like that. And then the next day, I wasn't officially like diagnosed while I was there. They took bone marrow. They were really trying to cancel out everything else. I mean, whether it was leukemia, whether it was, just a wealth of just things. Like the lupus is, they want to make sure, hey, we're ready to diagnose you with something. You have checked the boxes of, okay, this is now lupus. For me, it was almost like this is now the 3rd time somebody's saying this, because first time I was in the, Baltimore ER. 2nd time, it was a specialist in DC. Now a 3rd time, I mean, this is over a 6-month period that it was like final, yes, this is what we're calling this. So the next day, I kind of came home, got situated, had to get in contact with, my program and let them know what was happening. And thankfully they were like, okay, take care of you. We got a spot for you. You'll be good to go. But when they finally said this is what it is, I think it was like maybe 2 days later, and a hematologist was there with my family doctor. And when they said you have lupus, I was really just numb. I was just really like, okay, what does that mean? And I think for my mom, it was a little bit more emotional, because she thought about long term. Like, this is now, I think she knew how much it was going to change my life. She definitely asked, hey, can she still have kids? Can she, what does this require for the rest of her life? For me, I was just still out of it, still like, okay, is it like having, a cold? I really didn't fathom how this was going to long-term be something I have to always keep in the back of my mind, and it wasn't until like months later and years later that it really did hit me, and I was like crying about it. I don't know, I was just like very much still numb, still kind of like focused on let me get to a goal that I was trying to accomplish and get my life started. But after meeting with the hematologist and my family doctor, they put me on a host of medicines, not just to control my lupus, but also for high blood pressure I had at the time, thyroid issues I was having. I mean, there's just like a whole cocktail of medications that I was on. That was because this was before I knew I had lupus nephritis. So this is in the very, very beginning, June, May timeframe of when I'm finally diagnosed. And that medication, especially over the summertime, it was still not real to me. The prednisone, I mean, that sent my body through crazy, crazy vibes and moods. My attitude changed, y'all. Like, I'm a really mild-tempered person, but when I tell you that prednisone had me feeling like the Incredible Hulk, okay? Catch me on a bad day. I was ready to like fight somebody. And those who know me know I'm not a fighter. They know I'm the jokester, but it was just that prednisone was out of control, for real. So that prednisone is no joke, y'all. And it was the medication that caused my hair to fall out, my face blew up, I gained a bunch of weight. It just was a very, very crazy time, in addition to taking on a new life. But I think what got me through was also the support of my family, like my mom and my dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles. Like, you know, you need that family backing. If you don't have family, then you need friends to help you get through difficult times, let you know that you do have a system of support. And I think resources like this, I think this was, of course, you know, this was 2009, so this is before like YouTube is what it is. And I remember watching like maybe 1 or 2 videos, but there wasn't a lot out there. But now, you know, there's tons of videos which you can watch different people's stories and how they're dealing with it. But I am thankful to be at this point to share with you all just this first step and how I was diagnosed. And I really look back, when I reflect back on just that time, there were so many warning signs, right? Like, there were so many warning signs that say, Bianca, stop, pay attention to your body. But I mean, if you're 22 years old, you're not thinking, oh, like, let me actually go to the doctor, or like, let me really take this person's advice and do it. If the doctor has said something, I mean, yes, they are in the business of medicine, right? Like, that's their job. Like, they recommend medication and medicine, but you know, God has put them here on this earth to help us. And if they are saying, hey, here's a red flag, and you not only see it once but twice, for me, it was told to me twice, and I still just kept putting it off. And your health is nothing to play with. I mean, we think we're invincible, but if there is something that's reoccurring, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. But when you get that third opinion, pray about it and ask God to lead you to steps to get healthy. I am in a place now where I am a lot healthier and I'm not on a lot of medication. And I can't wait to share with you all what I have done to get to this place. Weight wise, you know, like, we all want to be a little bit thinner and I have to work out or whatever. But for me to even be at this point is because a lot of life changes that I had to make. And you have to think, okay, I can't live like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still enjoy your life and don't feel like your life is over, but understand, and I can't wait to share, and again, these next couple of videos, like how you can get to a point where it's not something you have to consider every single day. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's different, but I'm so great that, again, there's so many different people out here that can share their experiences that you can ask questions to. If you know somebody that has lupus, you know, share this video with them. If you have questions for me, drop them down below. I'll be sure to answer them in the next videos. But just wanted to come on here and just share with you all just initially how I was diagnosed with lupus. So thank you for watching, and I will be back next week to share video number 2. And video number 2 will be how I got to the point of being diagnosed with lupus nephritis. So there was a first step, and then it takes another several years to get to the next step on figuring out, like, okay, well, what type of lupus do you have? But yeah, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for coming to my channel. All right, bye.